is hoping to play for his country.
Younger brother Tommy had to retire from football after an injury in his 20s, now in his 70s. He's had a trial for the over-60s national walking football team.
Well, Tommy joins us now, along with Paul Carr from the Walking Football Association, and another fan, good morning, of walking football, Mike Bushell, of course. You love it, don't you?
Well, it was Paul and I that, helped launch it. Well, not launch it, but we did the first piece where it started at Bury in Chesterfield, wasn't it? 5 years ago now. And I've just loved the way it's grown. And led to walking rugby, walking netball, walking basketball. But I'm fascinated to see how Tommy does then, entering into hopefully the England team later today.
Well, that's...
That's the aim.
Being realistic, there are an awful lot of very good footballers playing.
But you're very good, aren't you?
No. We'll see. What sort of person would I be if I said yes to that?
Yeah. Well,
give us a bit of history then. Give us a bit of history, Tommy, because you at the age of in your 20s, you were playing professionally, were you?
No. I played amateur football, local point. No.
Okay, and you watched your brothers as they went on to do amazing things, obviously. So on a sort of fitness level, I mean, what do you do normally? What have you done sports-wise over the years?
Over the years, I've been in the Mines Rescue Service where you had to be really fit. So we played football 3 times a week. That was marvellous, and that got me back into it. And the walking football came along about 5 years ago. Rotherham United, the Sports Community Trust, started it up, and I went along and had a go.
I don't know if you can read it. Mature Millers Association. Yeah, very nice.
Very proud.
So, how old do you have to be to play walking football? What are the qualifications?
Over 50.
Over 50?
Yeah. We do occasionally get young lads come along having a go, and we've played against young ladies. I was just telling them about one young lady in particular. She kicked me all over the park.
People might not realise. People might think, it's just people ambling around rather slowly. But it's really intense, isn't it? And it's quite hard not to break into a run. How do you find it in terms of the physical side? 'Cause it is still an intense game, isn't it?
Well, you've got to be fit. But the point that I always try to make is that to get people to have a good walking football, one of the benefits is you automatically get more fit.
Yeah.
Not only physically fit, but mentally fit.
So
it has done wonders for me.
Oh, well, I mean, you look very well, may I say. But, Paul, what are the rules then? Because, in terms of how do you distinguish between walking football and when you're breaking the rules, so to speak?
Right. That's one of our big challenges because you're not supposed to run. And obviously a lot of people who come in from a football background find that very difficult. So you're meant to keep one part of one foot on the ground at all times. So no contact as well, because it needs to be a safe sport. So we have 50-year-olds playing against 70-year-olds, so we don't want anyone to get injured. So
my impression watching what we're seeing now is that certainly when people are celebrating, they were running then. Is that okay then?
There's still the excitement, even in walking football.
What about when you kick the ball? Are both feet allowed to leave the ground? Because it looked like when that person just scored then that they did.
I think in theory probably not, but we let them get away because we want to have fun. It's all about fun, fitness and friendship. And that's what it's all about.
So, Tommy, you're angling to get into what team now and represent...
There is an England team, and it's been organised by Stuart Langworthy. And he's doing lots of very good work. He's the manager of the team. There is a selection process going on as we talk. And I'm going to have a go this afternoon and see if he thinks I'm worth it.
Now, have your brothers, Bobby and Jack, given you any advice? Have they been giving you any top tips?
Well, the only thing that I can remember Jack saying was, I was a silly old... But he's delighted, obviously.
Yeah.
But I would like to think that I've been so proud of them over the years that maybe I could do something they'd be proud of me. Yeah?
Can I just state the glaringly obvious that, I'm sure other people are thinking, the family resemblance is very, very clear, isn't it?
It's the smile. Look there.
It really is. Do you get mistaken for your brothers and congratulated on your success in the World Cup quite a lot?
Occasionally.
It does happen.
Do you correct people?
I keep saying to them, should have gone to Specsavers.
But what you find is that walking football actually really improves your passing. So maybe you've got something to offer to the rest of the Charlton family when, in later years, the passing skills.
Well, I've got a little story that I tell about Bob. When I was in the Mines Rescue, when we played 3 times a week, he came and stayed with us. And I got him some trainers and I said, come on, have a game with the boys. So we spun up for who got first pick, and I won. I'll have him. And at half-time, we were 7-0 up.
Wow.
And I'd scored 7 and Bob had laid them all out for me. It was marvellous. Next thing we knew, Bob said, well, I'll go on the other side. So he went on the other side and we got beat 8-7.
Oh.
There you go. It's all about who's in
We're
the
just hoping
team.
Bob is good enough. Tommy, not Bob.
Yes. Well, look, good luck and lovely to see you both here. Thank you very much.
Fingers crossed for the selection as well. Thank you very much.
Very kind.
Thanks, Mike. That's it from us this morning.
Yeah, I'll be back with you with Ben tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Have a lovely day.
Bye-bye.